Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? You guys, I heard the best thing this morning. I absolutely loved it too. I was just listening to motivational speakers and other funny things and comedians, and I got the message I needed to hear, and it was so beautiful and funny too. And what he was saying was, the only thing that we need to do is provide a list or a wish to the universe, and then just stay in receptivity and chill out and live in faith. He's like, basically your address is going to be Faith Street. But if you move to, I don't know, Avenue, or I'm not really sure, Circle, guess what? You have now moved, so you cannot get that gift that you put your order in for. So just stay on Faith Street. And also, we have to let go of the time frame. Just say, and this made me laugh because he was like, what if you said to the universe, by the way, I want to become a millionaire, and I want to become a millionaire on August 21st. How crazy your life would become and how crazy you'd sound. I'm going to have everything I need. And also, I don't like to equate money with abundance and happiness because it's not necessarily that. If you already have an abundance mindset, then everything else is just extra. It's not going to change who you are or how you view the world. It's just like an accoutrement, and you can share and be more generous, right? But I loved how it was like, it is true. We're not supposed to know when that extreme success or sheer shower of abundance is going to come, because then we're just there in a waiting stage. We're not progressing. We're not growing. We're not anticipating. We're just like, when is it? When is it coming? Right? So we have to let go of that. And I thought it was so great. And just stay on Faith Street and don't get on Skittish Avenue or Doubt, Doubt Lane and all of these things. We have to stay at that same address and just have faith. And that's part of the process, because we progress, grow, and find other things in the interim. And then we also enhance what's coming for us. And I just thought that was so perfect. I absolutely love that. And that's so true. And I was watching Cheryl Lee Harnish, and she was talking about this being people that are ready, and this being people that are like, the universe is like, open that fist, and it's like, I want to open that hand to see what the wish is, but you're so clenching at it that it's taking time, because you should just be like this, like, yes, please, I'm waiting, with grace and peace and calm. And I'm so aware of this occurrence now that I'm always on high alert for fun opportunities, as opposed to anticipating grief, grease. Like, yeah, I just looked over at one of the pans on my oven. I'm like, oh, grease. Like, I don't anticipate hardships or schedules. I don't have a tightening of self and space. I actually have, like, I'm conferring to the universe, thank you for all this breath and width and oxygen in my day, for me to choose, for me to be able to do whatever I want. And this form of appreciation, gratitude, and abundance comes my way. I'm not chasing, I'm just in receptive state, and I'm just looking for all these little blues clues along the way. Like, what can I do to have a wonderful time, enhance my family's life, things of that nature. So I thought these cards really corresponded beautifully for a daily pop. Number one, we have feminine wisdom and passion and sensuality, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to have a quick sip of water and a breath and slow down. I love when I see, observe, and experience something that I really need to do to kind of get perspective on everything. And I love this sensuality card because this says it's time to open up to a more sensuous side of life, to touch, to taste, see, hear, have heightened appreciation and awareness. I do this often with coffee because I love it so much. It's so much. And it's usually the first thing that I calm down and experience in the morning when I sit and I'm like, this is going to be the best cup of coffee. I'm going to just like enjoy and savor. And that's everything. Let's savor things. Let's savor conversations. We're not waiting to see what we're going to say or express or how people are going to view us. We're savoring what somebody else is saying. It's enriching. How are we going to grow from that, right? And I really learned to cut down as well on multitasking, so I can have reverence for that one thing at hand, that one person speaking, conveying a message, that one garden I'm looking at. I'm not trying to shoot emails while I'm out in a garden or walking in the forest. That one beautiful plate of pasta that I prepared and am totally going to enjoy. And I just started watching this program too I think it's called Shadow and Bones. I actually was talking about it on IG, and I'm in love with it. And what I decided I was going to do was savor it. I wasn't going to blitzkrieg through it in one night. I was going to watch 2 to 3 episodes each night and stretch it out. Another sip of water. Something's going on. I'm getting so excited. And notice if that happens with you too. When you're so excited to express something that you actually almost are like caught up in your words. And that was my guide's message, to slow down and slow my cadence of speech and really express these things fully. Because you guys right now, with this heightened appreciation, you're going to slow down and experience the joys of all your senses. This is really savoring every moment of a beautiful scene, a sweet taste, a tender touch that sparks our soul appreciation. If I hear something that is profound and moving, you bet your butt I'm out there and I'm on my pad and paper and I'm writing it down, or I am listening it on my electronic notes. I love words, phrases that move me to a higher vibration and make me think more expansively. So I always have something close by that I can catch that moment, right? We're catching all this. This resulting energetic momentum is going to bring you in alignment with the beauty and bliss of the universe. All this magic that's out there, all these synchronicities, all this specialness, all of this like curative, beautiful, holistic healing that's available to us. It's everywhere. In addition, a more like passionate sensuality may be on the rise right now, so don't dismiss the potential for shared excitement and also increased sexuality. Spring and summer is blossom. It is courtship season. It is love. So, as you wear less clothes and you feel the sun on your skin and all of that, it's like there's nothing like a flower that brushes up against your shoulder. Everything is very sensuous and beautiful and Gaian and nature bound. Like I whip off my shoes the second it's above like 60 degrees and I'm walking on that ground. I love the feeling of dirt, earth, sand, fluffy grass, everything under my feet, and I feel like that grounds us, and that's wonderful, wonderful energy for our chakras to just suck that earth energy right up. This is also messages of beautiful feminine wisdom for devotion, tigress that are devoted mothers, and all of you guys are out there. You know who you are, right? I mean, sometimes I'm like, am I really going out of my way, driving here, doing this, dropping this off? But you know what? We love our kids, and they feel that love, and they feel that devotion, and I swear to you, it pays off in so many beneficial ways where they feel safe, a sense of well-being. We're constantly teaching and growing this beautiful person and how they feel, and how they have the sense of wonder and light and appreciation for the world as well. So all you moms, you're amazing. Really, really listen to your intuition, and all these matters and this wisdom will come to you and will be ready to advise you. I love this. Okay, you guys, so a good affirmation for this is I am open to the joyous experiences that all my senses bring. New adventures bring me a greater passion of life. So this is saying, please switch off the autopilot that our subconscious just has us always drive the same way, put on the same radio station, respond the same way. Stop, look, and listen. Become the mighty, mighty change in yourself that you need. I promised myself this morning when I woke up I was going to do 2 things different today that were going to help and benefit my health. One was to have a big glass of water before I had coffee, because that water of course really helps, and then before you put caffeine and everything in your body, it kind of neutralizes, helps, and dispenses things more healthily. And also I was going to move and just do a crazy, I just call it the morning dance when I'm waiting for my coffee, and I make up songs, and I love to rhyme. Like I have these crazy rhymes always going through my head, and I'm going to dance and move my body when I'm waiting for coffee and get damn excited about it, just to move. And something about dancing, we start to feel silly. We don't feel we don't take ourselves so seriously. It also shuts off that mind switch of listing worry and, like projecting fears or concern to race into the day. It's just like, damn, I'm going to dance and have coffee. I am not a machine, and I am not meant to just march into this 3D matrix. I'm going to dance my way into the cosmos. That's how I operate. Too bad 3D, the 3D wants to, and our mind can be very tricky with our ego. You need to, you should, blah, 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 blah. Well, shut up, ego, because this is my intuition saying you should dance and have a beautiful beverage and just anything you want, chai, latte, whatever it is, and do a little appreciation dance. Thank you, universe, for letting me be able to afford this, to have a roof over my head and have this beautiful container that holds the coffee and all of that. It's almost like we take a broom and we sweep any of that heavy energy out, and we bring in this light and this love. So let's see what summoning power and instinct, intellect, and control is. And I sometimes have surprised myself in my life, and I bet you have as well, like especially as a parent, where you're like, wow, did I pull in some strength and fortitude and some power there, right? We protect our children, our family. For a lot of you guys, I'm hearing this message, and please continue to do this because I'm super proud of you for doing this, and I do as well. We're not addressing any low vibrational things because we are protecting our energy. We are not getting involved in anything that can be a dispute, a banter, an annoyance, because we're protecting our energy so we can pay attention to the good stuff. I'm hearing that very clear. And your instinct is going to do this. So this card really lets you know that you have far more power than you realize. There may be something in your life, it could be relationships or any recent challenges, but you are no longer going to feel powerless to handle this. You're going to pause, you're going to assess, and then go, if this doesn't feel right, I'm going to find the words and I'm going to address this. So it's time to focus on your intellect and instinct on the issue at hand and muster the courage to take the necessary action. I like to draw two circles that intersect, and then there's a little bubble in the middle. Now in this intersection is what I can have a meeting of minds. One is what I can control. The other is what I can't control. That's other people's reactions to what I'm saying, doing, thinking, feeling. What I can control is what I focus on, what I let into my world, how I protect my energy. And in the middle, all this kind of alchemy happens, and we decide, but with a beautiful pause of assessment to say, is this even worth my time, or is this even worth my effort? And also changing one or two little habits. Like, I no longer wake up and go immediately to emails and see, oh my gosh, who needs what's going on? I don't start that cycle of, I don't want to go 0 to 60. I want to go 0 to 5 with some coffee and a coffee dance. And then I want to ease into my day. So I would love for you guys, write down 2 things you'd really like to switch up. 2 simple things. Mine was definitely water, because I forget. And once I get going and I'm activated, I wait till I'm thirsty, and that's problematic because that means that, I'm not hydrating properly. So I promised myself that, and I'm doing that. And also one thing to improve my home's atmosphere and just how the aesthetic looks, because it tends to, with all my stuff, I tend to spread out and take over space. So to put things away after I use them and have reverence and care for them. So I would love for you to comment, what are 2 things you love to do? They can be micro changes, but I'm telling you, they start the ball rolling for you. And then you have control over areas that you feel like might be out of control. Okay, one more sip of water and then we're going to see. Yes, and I knew this message was very true. And this is also a time to harness the unhealthy personal patterns that you have left unchecked. Indulgences, addictions, all of this. And mine definitely is, once I get on IG, I'm so fascinated by everything and everyone and everywhere. I want to know about everything, but hours and hours and hours. I think one day I checked my time and it was 6 hours or something on there. Yes, I conduct business and other things on there, but I thought, oh, that's 6 hours. What are you doing? And I was like, you need to at least cut that in half, because that is a huge time frame right there, right? Really remain peaceful but persistent in this noble pursuit of self-honoring and self-control. This could be an indulgent, eating our feelings. I used to do the sugar monkey out and just start devouring the gummy bears and candy. Like, always my first instinct, or if I was very happy, something happens when we trigger this adrenaline and this dopamine. It wants to excel and have more. So it wants you to impulse buy. It wants you to increase these feelings. It wants you to eat things that are delicious in excess as well. It wants us to get validation from everywhere. That's why I feel like people get addicted to doing those selfies where they're twerking or whatever's going on, that outside validation. Really have self-control in this and bring it inside and empower yourself with this. Like, wow, look at this beautiful outfit I put together. Look at this beautiful piece of jewelry I made. Look at this great idea I have. This is creativity as opposed to having to project out, When you summon the quiet yet powerful light in your soul, your intuitive strength becomes the central force of your own life and a resonant voice in the world. So a great affirmation for this is, I am strong and self-directed. I bring my inner power to every area of my life. And really bring this back when you feel like things are getting a little out of hand. Because, with all the fire in my chart, I want to do everything all the time. And I don't want to be splintered anymore. So I pull in and I'm like, be like the tree and put those roots really deep and focus and simplify. Do what's important and do what's meaningful, and all else will follow. And that's really what's taking place for you. So I love that. So you guys, let's see what power over difficulty kind of means. Reclaiming your power. I love this, and we have to do it every day. It's like a little test. It's like a little AP exam that comes back into our life. Where are we giving away our power? Oftentimes that is just giving attention to things that aren't deserving of our attention. Squabbles, pettiness, jealousy. Jealousy derives, and once I realized this, from a lower vibrational mindset of somebody who has a lack mentality. They think think if you get yours, I won't get mine. If you have more, I'll have less. So now I have empathy for that, because it is a kind of like ground zero mindset. And it's not true, because currency is exactly that. It's a current. It flows. Money flows back and forth. Generosity goes from A to B to C. If I have a piece of jewelry and you love it and you want to give me $100 for it, you wear it and you love it, and then you give it a gift to somebody else, and then they wear it and love it, and they might sell it. Somebody gives them $100 for it. That is a currency. It is traveling. It's like sisterhood of the traveling jewelry. It is currency. So remember that. Up and up and up, and always reach down and help a brother or sister up that mountain with you. Promote and help other people to excel. That is a currency, and we always thrive and grow from that too, which I absolutely love. Now, if someone is bringing a toxic energy in your life, it may be necessary to let that person go or reduce exposure to them, right? If they sap your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, bye-bye, taking a break, because people, again, it's that little wall with that little hammer, chip, 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 your confidence, chip, chip, chip. We know who's doing that, and we have to alleviate that annoyance and simply step back. We can have also the big honest conversation. Listen, whenever I express something I'm very excited for, it seems you like to chip away at it, and it makes me feel uncomfortable and feeling like you're not on my side or rooting for me. And see what comes of that. Just be honest. I do this with Ian sometimes, because man, do I have fantastical Alice in Wonderland ideas. And when I'm all pumped, you bet your butt I'm sharing it with him. And he is a Capricorn that is so solid and earthy. And he's like, is that even English you just spoke? Is that even what? Like, everything has to be plausible, and everything has to be. And so now I don't discuss it. I just set those sparkly breadcrumbs out for myself, and I follow them. And I push forward, and when it's done, I go, ta-da! So stop explaining yourself as well. That help you definitely do this. So if you're feeling a building resentment at work or personal task, you can really learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience, or exit it altogether. I had to do this for a while. I knew I was going to be in this job. I wanted to learn, and I knew I kind of had a mission there, because there were people there that I was feel like just called to connect with and have a bond. There were some kindred spirits there. But then I knew when it was going to be oppressive, stifling, and there was no more room for growth because middle management was kind of crazy. I know I just had to exit, and boom, I made a clean break of it, and you can do that too. So consider the causes that you're making and the results they create, right? You don't want it to become the snake that eats its own tail and consuming your life force or sabotaging you wanting to move forward. That can be excess too. Like, let me make a 5-year plan. Let's go down to a 1-hour plan. Like, that's what I do. In the next hour, I want to do A, B, and C. I work in threes, I work in hours. And then I'm like, look at that. Now I can ascend to next, and I feel good. The moment I wake up and I give myself a long list, I overwhelm myself and I procrastinate. Now that I recognize that, I sit down and I cool my jets, I calm down. Remember, the indomitable strength of our inner spirit and our true life force is going to exercise itself. It wants to purify, cleanse, get going, and rectify our true path purpose. And it's going to help us, and you are going to reclaim this. A great affirmation is, I release toxic people and patterns in my life. I empower myself and my choices and my relationships. And I do this. I stop looking for outside validation. I stop explaining myself. I definitely stop, as you guys hear me say daily, I stop inconveniencing myself to convenience other people, and I reclaim my power. I pause. Somebody says something that's off kilter, weird, or generated to get a response that's negative. I pause, I pivot, and I exit. I don't even bother. I'm protecting my energy, and that's what you're going to do, because you're ready to proclaim, your journey is ready. This is so wonderful. I just decided I was going to pull one card that represents our day, a new perspective. Look at this beautiful hangman. You now have a new perspective. What would it be like to be that person that's saying that? What would it be like to be that person that is just sitting there making these fun, decisive decisions and just thriving and laughing and being happy? I often say that when I see a young child just building a sandcastle. What are they feeling right now where they're so in a joyous, appreciative state of the fact that they're sitting in the sun building a castle? And I start to feel that way. So this is going to be promoting this healthy aspect of, that's their energy, that's just them, that's their lane. I have my own lane, I have my own unique purpose, my own unique path, and I'm going to follow that, and I'm going to implement all of this. I'm going to summon my power, sensual energy, power over difficulty, and sail into a calmer place. So that is your daily pop, you guys. Thank you so much for all your beautiful comments and your support. You're absolutely wonderful, and ordering all your private reads. And I have 3 new specials I'm running over on IG. I'd love for you to go check them out. Love. And then the next couple months, all of these things, I love to run these for you guys, because sometimes it's just we get choice overload, right? And it's nice when somebody just lays that out on a carpet before us. Yeah, that's what I want. That looks good. You know, like a menu that doesn't have 800 pages. We like a 4-page menu that just has all the good stuff. So you guys, love and light. And please comment down below 2 little things you can do for yourself or you're doing that help you. Little micro changes that are going to bring big rewards. Love and light, you guys.